Namaskaram. It's that time of year again where we are celebrating our Margazhi festival. So I'm here in Chennai, as always, every year for the Margazhi music season, and every day is filled with music and dance from morning to night. So Margazhi is very special for me, obviously because of the music season, but also family-wise, we have a very special connection to Andal Devi or Goda Devi, who is usually celebrated during this month. So 1,000 years ago, our forefathers, both mine and her great grandfather and sister, Vinjamuri and Sri, he was in Sri, which is also the birthplace of Andal, not birthplace of Andal. And so he was really staunch Vaishnava scholar in those days, along with Ramanujacharya and many others during that time. And so one day, he was debating with Ramanujacharya. Debating means not fighting, just some friendly discussion.
It's not a fight, but trying to convince the other person what is their thought process. So they obviously had some difference of opinion about God, how to reach God, and where is God, God-related matters. So my great-great-great-grandfather of 1,000 years, and this is the next generation. So we heard about the story that his name was Vinjamuri Vinjamuri. We belong to Vinjamuri family. So Vinjamuri Vinjamuri, he was debating with Bhagavan Ramanuja. Then about God matters. So then what is God there? If he is there, is he everywhere? If he is everywhere, then is he in you, in me, in everything? Is he in the television that we are seeing? So if God is all pervading, then who is a human being? So if human being has everything that God has, then what is the difference between human being and God? Because there are several questions, we can go deep, and we can ask many questions. So this is what the debate was. So my great-grandfather, I'm just saying my great-grandfather because it's 1,000 years old. So my great-grandfather was debating with Bhagavan Ramanuja, and at the time, I think in the night, the Lord
appeared in his dreams.
Lord Narayana appeared in his dream and said, just don't argue with Ramanuja because he is born for a certain reason. And the reason being that he was the head of Vaishnava Math. So Sri Vaishnavism, to propagate the Vaishnava thought, Ramanuja was taken an avatar of a human being, but that is Bhagavan himself, Bhagavan Ramanuja. So there are many scholars are talking, he could be Lakshmana. There's all kinds of debates about that. But then my grandfather said, okay, next morning he went to Bhagavan Ramanuja, and Ramanuja was very ready. And so at that time,
that's what Margazhi we hear, lots of noise.
So at that time, Bhagavan was ready to argue, and my grandfather prostrated at the lotus feet of Bhagavan Ramanuja and said, there is no more need for any debate. I believe in what you believe. So at that time, Ramanuja called him, you are so great, you are called the Emperuman. So my grandfather was given that kind of a title of respect, or title of by Ramanuja himself. So we have a very special attachment for Margazhi.
And even now, if you go to Sri Vidyaputtur, you can see his Sannidhi, right?
Yeah, we can see his Sannidhi. Okay. They have installed his idol. One side you see Ramanuja, one side my great-great-great-grandfather. So this I knew as a story coming from my grandfather's, that side, from my father's side of the family. But it remained as a story. I never thought, not that I did not, believe what they said, but then this is a 1,000-year back thing, So I had an opportunity to dance in Sri Vidyaputtur. So with my orchestra, I've gone to Sri Vidyaputtur. And then, as I was talking to the executive person of the temple, executive officer. He said, I was just saying, Srivilliputturu is so important. I think my grandfathers, they all walked on this, in this temple, there, 1,000 years ago, because that's the story I heard. Then he asked, what is your family name? I said, my family name is Vinjamuri. And he said, wow. Then the Bhagwan, Brahman is your grandfather. I said, I heard the story. Then he took me to the temple. And then there, they have given me the parrot that Andal holds a parrot in her hand. So they said to very few people, they give this parrot, that Andal was holding. So he gave me that parrot. So I took the parrot. I was so overwhelmed by that. Then I took it to America. It's with my daughter. So that is the story. That is the beginning of this whole thing. So Margazhi is very, very important. Generally, it starts on the 16th of December. And then, incidentally, that is my younger sister's birthday. Both Nalini and Nalini. And so it's a birthday come, Margazhi starting. So it's a very beautiful celebration in our house. Growing up, we have gone to early morning, about 4 o'clock. My mom will wake us up and we will all go to the temple, which is down the road from our house in Guntur, and pray Lord Ramanatha, who is none other than Mahavishnu. So we will go there. And the speciality in Vaishnava temples generally is they give Vikara and Dadhojanam. And for kids, that's the most important thing. And some, when Pongal also, that is Pongal they give. So we were very excited to go with our father. And after I moved to the United States, I was thinking, we used to shiver, because December season is a very cold season. We used to shiver after experiencing American weather. I was just wondering,
what is this?
Why did we shiver? It's funny. Even now I see people wearing all kinds of things in December, and the kind of cold that we have over there. It's just a very pleasant weather here. So that is the thing. Now coming back to the
story of
Andal. You want to say?
Yeah, sure. So just so that we have a little context as to why we celebrate this month for Andal. So we'll talk about the background and the story of Kalamandapam. So Kalamandapam has always celebrated Andal Kalyanam even before we started doing this online series, which we've done over the last maybe 3-4 years. Andal Kalyanam has been one of our ballets that, when did you start Andal Kalyanam?
Oh, probably about 25 years ago.
Even this January we are doing an Andal Kalyanam.
On January 11th at Sri Subhash Vinjamuri Temple, on the 18th at the Lotus Temple.
Yes.
One in Virginia, one in Maryland.
So why don't you start the story of Andal Kalyanam and how you also made that into a ballet as well?
Andal Kalyanam is a very auspicious story.
In this process, we'll learn about the story of Andal as well.
This is the story of Andal. There is a very saint-like person, a pujari, a priest in Srivilliputturu, and his name is Vishnu Chitta. And Vishnu Chitta is a very dedicated priest and dedicated to Lord Narayana or Lord Krishna. They are all the same, basically.
He's also one of the Alvars.
Later on,
okay.
he has become an Alvar. So, a saint. He has become a saint later on. And even Andal is a saint.
Yes.
So, what happened, as he was doing puja, he always wanted a little girl in the house. He wanted to have a daughter. So, he was always praying for a daughter. And one day, he went to pray. Then in most of the houses, especially Hindu homes, you have a tulasi in the backyard. And some people put it in the front yard. And when he was doing puja in front of tulasi, he found the earth was shaking a little bit. Matti, adu konjam move panna aranjitu. So then he looked, and there is this beautiful baby with a big smile looking at Vishnu Chitta. And Vishnu Chitta looked and said, oh my God, my desires are fulfilled. I really wanted a daughter, now I have a daughter. So took the baby out, and the baby was looking so divine and so beautiful that nothing ever he had seen is similar to what he's seeing. That kind of divine beauty the baby is. So he took the baby, and it was a very special celebration in the house. I'm sure his family must have been so thrilled, to see this baby. And generally not much is mentioned about the mother, Vishnu Chitta's wife. But in my storyline, I took the privilege of adding the mother, because that is the completion of the family. I'm sure they must have had.
Yeah, we don't know.
We do not know. That is a question we do not know. So, as a director's right of taking a little
liberty, artistic liberty,
and then I added a wife also in this whole ballet that we are presenting. So, what happened? The baby was growing. That the baby was growing in a very different way. So, whenever she sees a picture of the Lord, then she's crawling towards that.
Okay.
And if there is some kind of Gurkulam, some kind of celebration of God going in the road, then she's running towards that. Generally, children, whatever toy you gave did not satisfy the child. She always wanted to hold Lord Krishna. That is how much she's attached. So he was very happy because he's also in the same line. Pujari means, doing the puja and all that. So he was not worried at all. But, there was a certain age when the girl grew up, then it was time to look for boys. In those days, there were early marriages. Right? So in those days, kids were married maybe 12, 13, I don't know, even earlier, some later. So at a certain age, when he thought his daughter should be getting married, meanwhile, what is happening, this girl started growing up nicely. She was making garlands for Lord Krishna. And she was going there to the temple and calling all her friends, hey, get up, what are you sleeping? We have to go to, Lord Krishna's temple, and we have to decorate the Lord, we have to pray to the Lord, we have to give him some extra ghee, some butter, we have to do. She's talking like an adult.
Yes.
And then this is a little girl. And people are just surprised, because what normally what we see a little girl, running around and, playing around and that kind of thing. But she's playing, but in all her play, the Lord is included. And so that was very, very beautiful, but slightly began to worry the father. I think this girl is always involved, and we expect her to, be normal. And so he said, I think we are looking for a nice boy for you. The father told, Vishnu Chitta told her, and the discussion in the house. And she said, sure, I'll marry Lord Krishna. I'll marry him. Then he said, yeah, we'll find a boy that
that's like Krishna.
That's like Krishna. And she said, no, I will marry the boy. I will marry that boy, will be only Lord Krishna. Then he thought, she was slightly, playful. But then he began to worry him over a period of time. She was a little serious about it. And all the girls were also telling around, the village was talking about that girl is saying she wants to marry Lord Krishna. And the other name for Lord Krishna is Ranganatha. This girl is called Goda Devi in Telugu, Goda in Tamil, or she's also called Andal. And so, that time, she was such a charming girl, but so much dedicated. So the people were also beginning to talk. Hey, what is it? Why is she talking like that? So then this was going on. One day what happened? She was making garlands of God and then giving it to the father. And the father will put it on the God because everybody cannot enter the sanctum sanctorum, right? So he would put it. One day, the father was about to put, and he saw that it was already worn by somebody. And naturally it could be, his daughter. So he suspected, but then he couldn't confront her because he doesn't know who it was. But later on, one day he was watching what is his daughter doing. Then he saw there is a well in the house, in the backyard of the house, not in the house, in the backyard. And then this girl went to that well, and she's there in the garden, looking into the well, so she can see herself in the waters.
Yes, yes.
And she was so proud. Then she'll take it, and then she came home, gave it to the father, and the father, she's expecting him to go and put it in the lot, right?
Oh, okay.
So the father saw this. Just before he was trying to put, he saw this whole thing, and he got really angry. Got very angry with this little girl, and he said, Andal, how could you do that? You know, ours is a very traditional family. In this traditional family, nobody does that. First, we always offer first to God.
Then we can.
Then we can be at
Then we can do it. Why are you doing the other way? How dare you are?
Yeah.
This is not the way I brought you up. God is primary. We are all secondary. So first we don't get it. We give it to God. So that is what your father said. And she said, no, he likes it this way. He likes it. And he said, what do you mean he likes it? What are you talking? He doesn't like that way. That is not the tradition. The Vedas says this way, the Upanishads say this way, the Ankara of that God, you know how you do it, that Paddhati and all that. Doesn't say like, you wear it because you're a Bhakta of God, you can wear it and give it to him. No, that's not the way. And he put that on almost, then he took and threw that down.
Okay.
She was not worried. She knows that her father
Will come around.
She knows that. So that night, Lord Krishna came to his dream, and he said, I'm not going to like if she doesn't wear it. I like her to wear it first before I would do that. And there is also a small story like, before that this happened, that he was trying to put mala to God, without her permission, without her daughter wearing it. But every morning when he comes, the mala was thrown on the floor. He did not. The God did not accept that. So that storyline was also there, going sideways, people are talking about that. So in any way, this is what happened, that the Lord came into his dream and said, no, I want that. Then this girl was telling everybody, I'm going to marry Krishna, I'm going to marry Ranganatha, Krishna Ranganatha are saying, I'm going to marry. The whole town is kind of gossiping, not gossiping, talking about it as a ridiculous thing happening. And this girl, father is very much worried and all that. So what happened one day, the father brought a few guys, I think, naturally every father will bring. She said, no, I'm going to only marry Krishna. So this is what happened. So he was very depressed. So he went to the temple and he didn't come home. He said, today I'm going to spend the night in the temple. And he was crying with the Lord. See, I don't understand this whole game. But I understand that you are there. And I understand that I have a daughter. I understand my duty as what I have to do, for my daughter's wedding. I need to find a good boy. But you are coming in between. And I'm not able to perform my daughter's wedding. And she's getting older and older by the day. So, how can we solve this problem? It's not that I love you to the extent that I can't even believe how much I love. But you are including in this process. And how do I perform my daughter's marriage? And he cried and slept in front of the Lord in the temple itself. Then the Lord came into his dream and woke him up and said, there's a beautiful song in our ballet, Vidurale, get up. There's a very nice song. And Krishna comes and says, what are you worried about? You are saying you love me so much and you really think that my existence is true. Really think that. But you are doubting. But your daughter is not doubting. So now in this, he didn't say that in so many words. Who is a greater bhakta? Is it the father who does everyday pujas and reads all these shlokas and reads so much of, Vedic. He has so much of Vedic knowledge. But what happens when it comes to you? There is this you and your bonding and your attachment. Sometimes confuses as a result. Or bhakti is there, but there is a gap between you, your existence, and the Lord. Am I making
Yeah.
Yeah. So he was crying. Then the Lord comes and says, I'm telling you, your daughter wants to marry me, and I want to marry her. So what is it that a father's duty is? Not to doubt at this time. Don't doubt. What all you have to do for the wedding? You need to buy nice saris, you need to do siru and all that, whatever traditionally started. You need to wear proud jewelry, and you need to buy things for the sanila, and you need to have all the priests come over, and you need to have a big pandal in front of the house, announcing, and you have to make announcement in the village towards, to your relatives and everybody. So, you do what you need to do as a father. Forget who the sanila is if you have a doubt. But I am telling you that I am your sanila. That is what the Lord said. So he was overwhelmed, he was very happy, he was confused, he was crying, but he had to go through because he has no other choice. The daughter is not giving any choice. Daughter is not saying, okay, you bring somebody I will marry. Because you want me to marry, I will marry. She's not saying that. She says no. She was very, very sure about herself. It is the other people who are not believing what she is believing. So, it's not she's believing, she knows it. That may be more appropriate. She knows it. So, they used, they did what the father went home and told, obviously in my story, his wife, the mother of Andal, and said, we got to get ready. So, in Maharashtra, tell me, when there is a wedding of the girl, the father is there, manjal is that, turmeric powder. Do they pound the turmeric? What do they do?
Haldi ceremony.
Haldi ceremony is there. What do they do for haldi ceremony?
For haldi ceremony, you have to grind haldi and you have to paste it first to broom, and then that broom, after that from broom it will come at
before marriage.
Yes, before marriage. 1 day before marriage.
1 day before
marriage. It comes at girl's home, and then we put that haldi on the bride's face.
I see. But they are not sitting together.
No, they are not sitting.
You go to the boy's house with haldi.
First we have to go to boy's house with haldi, then they have to come at home and we have to do that haldi ceremony.
Haldi ceremony.
Yes.
Since Lakshmi belongs to the whole universe, so we have to celebrate the Maharashtrian way. The Maharashtrian way, so we brought Andal. So we brought Ranganatha is in his place. So the elders from Andal's house took the haldi and went to Ranganatha's place and put lot of haldi on Ranganatha and brought it back to
same bowl.
Same bowl. Everything. They brought it back to Andal. So sweet. They brought it back to Andal and they put the haldi on Andal. In our house, what do we? I haven't seen this haldi going to the Sadananda missed that. Obviously. I don't think my mother went to put haldi. But they put haldi and they prepared the girl. They prepared the girl, and that is the bridal function. Bridal function. And we are preparing that, and we are going to. So we are going to. My thought process is broken. So we.
Haldi function.
Haldi function is there. We put a lot of nalungu silva. Nalungu is you put a lot of this moong dal powder. And then put a lot of oil and mix haldi in that. That is turmeric powder, pasupu. And then you put all over the body, and the girl takes a head bath and all that, and gets ready. And in Vaishnava philosophy, we do Lakshmi Puja.
Yeah, okay.
And in Shaiva philosophy, they do Gauri Puja.
Yes.
So, this is a Vaishnava related story because Sri Veliputtur, Andal and Vishnu Chitta. So, they must have, she must have done Lakshmi Puja. But now, it is an interesting thing. When God comes in the form of human being,
Yeah.
there is one part of that God, he lives with God only
Yes.
and behaves like human. So she must have brought a Lakshmi.
Yeah.
She herself is Lakshmi,
Yes.
but she must have done that puja and all that. And she was all ready.
Yes.
So now the band is going on, and then what do you call it?
Procession.
The procession is going on, and they are parading Lord Ranganatha around, and then the girl is looking, where is Ranganatha, and people are saying, oh, he's dark. You're married dark. He's dark, so handsomely dark. He's so handsomely dark. That's what she says. And then, she's very, very cute little girl, looking anxious to meet Lord Ranganatha. And then all people are not believing it. They're thinking something is going on, and it could be like a farce. It could be like a joke at the end of the story. So, then what happened? The Lord arrived. He was coming and coming, and then Goda Devi, or Andal, she's looking through the window, and slowly she makes it to the door. Slowly, because I tell you, in all our tradition, most of them are arranged marriages, even otherwise, even if you know the man before that, but still, there is some kind of show that we have to put. The girls have to put some kind of a show. Like, even though we want to see the boy, we have to pretend like
You're shy.
we are shy and we're not that much involved or interested. So, actually, when my husband was coming from the temple to our house, I was looking, how he was looking. So, my uncle said, oh, you cannot come out, you should be hiding inside. I said, why should I hide? I already saw him, and I attended before that. Even otherwise, why should I hide? He was telling, what are the world going to think? You want to come outside? I said, I'm going to come outside. So I came outside. So I came because my father and mother did not say that, So my uncle was telling this, I have to stay inside. I said, no, I'm not going to stay inside. I came out. So like that, Andal also, she came outside. And obviously, and the Lord was coming. And people started looking. He's coming in this big chariot. Is he a vigraha? Or is he a breathing soul? People were wondering, because Lord coming is unimaginable, right? Unimaginable. They're seeing, what they are seeing, they're not believing.
Yes.
They're not believing what they are seeing. They're thinking this vigraha. No. It looks like more like
A person.
a divine person. Our eyes are just, the Surya Koti. That's so much Suraj,
Yes.
That's so much of brilliance. Brilliance is there. So they were not believing their eyes, but as the Lord approached, they all stunned. And next what? Next the Lord got out of the chariot, walked, and they went. And the Lord has taken her to the abode of the Lord.
Yeah.
So that is what this Andal story is. And this, I shouldn't say the word story because it was coming down the line. It is the truth. Why it is the truth? Because you can see today, if you go to Sri Veliputtur, Trichy, Srirangam,
Srirangam is Ranganatha.
Ramanuja. Srirangam is Ranganatha. So Ramanuja Bhagavan, you can see that his nails are, you can see in that, you can see that. You can see that. Even today you can see that. And this Ranganatha, Even now, when there is Kalyanam going on, God's Kalyanam they are doing, and the malas, the gardens are coming. Andal is sending it to God, God is sending it to Andal, and it's all happening even for today. So it is a real thing, that story form it is told, but I have witnessed it. I have gone there, and then there is a huge tulasi garden, full of tulasi, hundreds and hundreds of tulasis. That is where she was playing. Andal was playing there, and that is evident right now. Even now you can see it. So that she very good. So this is the story of Andal, and what we are doing. Kalamandapam is the Institute for Dance and Carnatic Music. Every year we do ballet, this ballet, and some girl is chosen as Andal, and then she has her friends. We have Vishnu Chitta's wife, and then how the whole story is done in the form of a dance ballet. It is in Kuchipudi art form, and we are going to do that.
So these 16 days from December start, December 16th to January 13th is the Margazhi festival, where every morning we'll be doing, so Andal wrote Pasurams. Pasurams are, she wrote many things, Natya Tirumuri, many things. Pasurams are one of them. Every day is a certain Pasuram in which she really talks about, how she's playing with the god, what she's, so actually a lot of the details she said in the stories you can see if you translate the Pasurams.
Okay.
A lot of them are written by her.
Yes.
So those Pasurams, she's written it in Tamil and
Kuntimati. My mother-in-law, our ancestry is in Tamil. We came from that. That is our roots. But to propagate Vaishnavism, some of the families moved to Andhra. In that time, there was no Andhra and there is nothing like that. Telugu speaking area. So my father-in-law was Telugu. But to translate these Pasurams, he has learned Tamil so that he can translate Andal's Pasurams. He has translated Malaya Prabandham. He has done a lot of work. And literature is all Tamil. It's all written in Tamil. So my father-in-law learned such a devotee, my father-in-law is. And he is my guru also, my father-in-law. And my mother-in-law, such a sattvic wife and mother-in-law. I can't ask for a better person as a mother-in-law. So she also used to teach Puranas, to the people that are around, just like we are all sitting and chatting. She was also doing that. So they are in the same path, basically. And my father-in-law did it in Telugu. Kalamandapam is doing, once we do all the 30 days in Tamil, one Pasuram a day. And following year, 1 year, we do it everything in Telugu, that's written by my father-in-law. So but we have a translation. So there will be dances. And evening we have cultural programs. So
sometimes a dance, sometimes a music performance.
Yes.
Every day it will go on from December 16th to January 13th.
And we are going to air this story on January 15th.
December 15th.
I'm sorry, it's
December
December
15th.
15th. Yes.
And the beauty of this year's Margazhi is we're culminating the Margazhi with a dance ballet. It's happening on, I think, Jan 11th and Jan 18th. So you can come, you can watch all the programs online, and then you all can come and watch the ballet in person at Shiva Vishnu Temple on Jan 11th and Jan 18th Lotus Temple.
Lotus Temple, and we will be airing that also.
So you'll see all of this.
All of that is exist.
Thank you.
Shiva Vishnu Temple. So, and that story, you like it?
I like it. I like it, and I'm very fond of this culture and traditions and all. But I have little bit one doubt. What is Vishnu Chitta's wife name?
That's what I was telling. That's why the story in what is written, that was not there. But I have included that because I got, he wanted a daughter.
Yeah.
So generally, if he was a bachelor, for that matter,
You would really have that.
he would not have that
That
kind of
desire.
desire, right? He would want to marry. That would be a natural desire in his bachelor.
Right.
Since he wanted a daughter, So he is void of children, I
Yeah,
think.
yeah.
That's why he was, that is my analysis. And with that faith only, I have done
Included
this.
the character,
And my
right.
sister, my younger sister, her name is Nandini. My older sister is Margazhi. So my older sister also sings. That's how we were brought up, we were dancing and she was singing. And my younger sister wrote all these lyrics.
Oh.
And my brother Subhash Vinjamuri, that is Kamalakiran's father, he put the music for all this ballad. So, and we have other musicians, Lalita, Swamina, they all sang it. So we have that, and you watch it online, those who are not in Washington area.
But if you're in the area, please come.
Please come and support us. I mean, when you support, you're going to go with tremendous joy, of seeing Andal.
And share this videos, all the videos you'll be able to see every day. So join us for the Pasurams, join us for the cultural programs and for the ballets. And
in this I want to tell, and then we have Jayanti here, and she's listening to the story, and then we have Varsha here, and she's listening to the story, and they are more like my daughters than somebody that are around me. So that is how it is, and of course you all know Kamalakiran is part of this Kalamandapam structure, and it's going on very well. So come and see us there.
thank you all.
Thank you all
Namaskar.
very, very much.